All the single Jedi, 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 all the single Jedi. Put your sabers up. If you like it, then you should have put a porg on it. If you like it, then you should have put a porg on it. What's up, y'all? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind. Check it out. First of all, I want to say what's up to all of the new subscribers. What's up to all the old subscribers. I want to say thank you to everyone who has commented on, my videos, everyone who's liked, everyone who's disliked. I just appreciate the viewers. So thank you very much to all of you. And thanks for your support always, in all sincerity. And I want to talk about this story that I saw, a couple of days ago. I just haven't had time to upload a video to talk about it because work has been going crazy and it's been leaving nothing left in me. By the time I get home, a brother is passed out, man. And whatever I have left, I've been spending with my son, So life, man, it is what it is. But anyway, I want to give a shout out of congratulations to one Miss Victoria Mahoney. Victoria Mahoney. Why am I shouting her out, you might ask, if you haven't seen the story yet? Victoria Mahoney apparently is an African-American woman, hence the intro. And she's been hired by Jar Jar Abrams to be a second unit director on Star Wars Episode 9. I said a second unit director. You don't know what that is. Neither did I. But I'm going to read this article which will help us to understand. Okay, so I saw this article and I'm going to leave the link, of course, in the comment section. And you can find it on io9.gizmodo.com. And the headline goes a little something like this. Hit it. Victoria Mahoney will help direct Star Wars Episode 9. But there's still work to be done. By Charles Pulliam Moore. And it goes like this. On Tuesday evening, A Wrinkle in Time and New Gods director Ava DuVernay took to Twitter with a major Star Wars announcement. Though it wasn't about herself, for the first time in the franchise's history, a black woman will direct a significant portion of a Star Wars film. Her name, Jesus, her name is Victoria Mahoney. Remember it. Mahoney has signed on to J.J. Abrams' Star Wars Episode 9 as second unit director, putting her in charge of overseeing the direction of the movie's supplementary footage like establishing shots, stunts, and cutaways. It's a role that's key to maintaining visual and narrative continuity, something that can make or break a film. Ooh, it's so urgent and vital. By the way, my understanding of this is that, I'm just guessing, this would be that same position that that person holds who is responsible for that scene in the throne room in The Last Jedi where Rey is fighting one of the guards and the guard has two blades in his hand, and then miraculously when the guard looks like he could actually be stabbing Rey, the other blade just disappears. No explanation. I think that's what a second unit director does. Hopefully, Victoria Mahoney does a better job than whoever that knucklehead was. So anyway, where am I? Mahoney's involvement marks a major milestone in her career, during which she's directed short films and episodes of commercials, in episodes of TNT's Claws, that's C-L-A-W-S, not Santa Claus, Grey's Anatomy, and Freeform's upcoming Misfits adaptation. Never heard of any of it. I guess she's still qualified though. I don't understand it. But anyway, putting a black woman in charge of a Star Wars film's second unit is an incredibly important step in the right direction towards diversifying the latent pool that taps into the helm major projects. I don't know how they write these things, man. It's making me look like I'm illiterate, but that's actually what it says. It makes no sense. And making Hollywood a more inclusive space overall. But it's important to bear in mind that there's still a lot of work to be done, because one black woman heading up one Star Wars film's second unit will not solve the industry's larger issue of excluding people who are not straight white men from positions of power. Let me just stop right there real quick. You know what's being overlooked here? Qualifications. All right? The mere fact that straight white men are predominantly the ones who are running this particular property doesn't mean that there's discrimination going on. You need to understand this, because competition is good. Okay? So you have today's men who were yesterday's little boys who grew up loving a certain thing, so they're the ones who are producing it. You know, it's almost, you know what it reminds me of real quick, guys? It reminds me of the good book. The good book, the Bible, the good news, the word. You know, in the Bible, I believe very early on in the story, it says that God created man in his own image. That's God, okay? What do you think man does? Man also creates man in his own image. So if you have someone who creates a certain story or fable or whatever, chances are it's going to reflect who he is. It's going to reflect who that creator is. You, as an outsider who didn't create shit, cannot tap that man on the shoulder and say, put me in there. I want to be the hero. Motherfucker, you didn't create the story. If he chooses to make you the hero in his story, if he chooses to make you the doormat in his story, it's his prerogative, because he's the creator. You understand? I would like to see more creative forces come from everybody, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about someone else's imagination, someone else's story that you feel you're not represented in. It's like that scene in Do the Right Thing, when my man is complaining because there's no pictures of black people up on the wall. You know, even back in the day, I said, well, what the fuck does he need to put you up on the wall for? If he's Italian and he wants to put Italian pictures up on the wall and it's his business, why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying? If you want to open up a store on your own and you're black, or you're Spanish, or you're gay, well, it would be your prerogative to put black, Spanish, or gay pictures up on the wall if you choose. To me, it's not that hard to understand. You know what I mean? So Charles, who's writing this article, dude, you sound weak, man. You know, with all due respect. It's like you got a long way to go. No, you have a short way to go. Take your ass to your notebook and start writing. You know what I mean? You come up with a story where you can make yourself the hero. And you can hire whatever director you want to hire if you want to make a motion picture. It's just that simple. That's the way it works. You just got to put in the work. You want to jump on board something that somebody else already spent years to create and tell them you want to be in their story, rather than create something from the ground up on your own. I don't know. Just a thought. So anyway, second unit directors often go on to become first unit directors, and so the more opportunities there are for historically marginalized creators to get those gigs, the better. At the same time, however, insisting that people from those groups must work their way up the ladder this way in order to prove that they deserve to be put in first unit director's chair is inherently problematic, because white guys with little to no experience are given a chance all the time. Oh, fucking bullshit, man. This is Hollywood. You know how many broken dreams are in Hollywood? Don't act like white guys just come in and they just cha-cha into cushy positions. And they just got it made. It doesn't work that way, man. Hollywood eats people alive all the time. Nobody just gets to walk in. I hate this narrative, you know what I mean? Anyway. So you don't want to have to prove anything is basically what you're saying. Fuck out of here. That's not real life. For the contrarians in the back who need to be reminded, I direct you to 47 Ronin, Tron Legacy, The Amazing Spider-Man, Thor the Dark World, Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, and all the other easily Googleable examples of instances when relatively untested white directors were given multi-million-dollar projects. It doesn't matter whether these projects succeed or fail, because the core issue is that that same kind of blind faith is not traditionally put in directors who are women or people who are women or people of color or queer. Excuse me, guys. Allergies. I need to hire a maid. It's dusty in here, man. That kind of access and opportunity is what would ultimately make directing in Hollywood more egalitarian. Egalitarian. I nailed it the first time. Ma! Big words, Ma! That's nice. Egalitarian. Where am I? And it's still a ways off. Okay, that's the end of the bullshit article. Check it out, guys. Look, it's just as simple. If you want more opportunities, fucking make more opportunities. It's just that simple, guys. Yes, it's a long road. Creativity often is. You know what I mean? But if you want to be a brand, you have to make yourself a brand. It's just that simple. You shouldn't want anybody to fucking give you anything. It doesn't work that way. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to beat the best, then you have to perfect your craft. You can't just wait for someone to open up the door and hand it to you. It doesn't work that way. You have to work for it, and earn it. And all of those, by the way, all of those movies that guy just named, The Amazing Spider-Man, Thor, The Dark World, 47 Ronin, and all that stuff, guess what they were? They were created by predominantly white men. So why wouldn't white men be directing them? I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with black directors. I don't have a problem with Victoria Mahoney getting this job. All I'm saying is that the idea that you're entitled to something or you can demand something is ludicrous. It reminds me of Khan in The Wrath of Khan when he tells Kirk, when he's got him by the balls, he says, "You're in a position to demand nothing, Kirk." And that's how you are. You're in a position to demand nothing. So stop acting like you are, because you're coming from a place of weakness. Anytime you're holding out your hand, it's weakness. You should, before you hold out your hands, empty hands, you should put something in your hand so you have something to offer, something to trade, something to do, something to gain and to give. That's the way I see it. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quick commentary on that because I read it and just about choked on it, which is probably why I was coughing earlier. And once again, congratulations, Victoria Mahoney. I'm going to be watching you. But that's it for this video. Once again, thank you guys for your support. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. I'll see you on the next one. Rock on.